as always. I've caught up with the MP Lubaga South, the only one known as Yiga. We are in the ghetto place called Lubaga South. Okay. Mutundwe. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Nyaka.
Yeah. Bidibitia.
Actually, one. One baita wa Mutundwe kabao.
Yes.
Oba baita Mutundwe kulere. As the people can see in the background of the camera. So tunagenda ngapita mu ghetto za feno.
Ogenda kunambuza.
Ngambula kuzankulage ku bantu baffe bibakola. Batambula na biti bibakola. So natwogera ku mikutu enjawulo. By the way, Demmy is one of the activists and some of the people that come out on social issues. So I follow her online. So mugende ku Facebook page ye. I'm following it. Every day na tujja premiering with a lot of our friends around the world. So this is going to be more of the social, economical and political talk. No offense. So we take it from there. So Demmy, what do you have for us? So can we keep moving now?
Yeah, we can move in. I want you to take me around so that I know about the word, the life of Ghetto.
Okay, here we go.
How did you grow up in this ghetto?
Yes, I was born in this place. Like I said, the zone is Kabao zone. As you can see, this is a marketplace. It's called Lewe.
Okay.
Yeah, but if you're to get here, you drive from, of course, from Kabusu if you're coming from town. And then head to, as you're heading Masaka Road, you get off from Nalukolongo Market. As you're heading to Mutundwe, this is where you find the Lewe place.
Okay. How long have you lived in this place?
I think my childhood and my youthful life before I traveled over to the UK, I was in this place, and I almost know everyone in this place, and everyone almost knows me. So yeah, literally, that's.
It is a big transformation.
Yeah.
One day you've been living in the UK, you studied in the UK, you worked in the UK, you were earning good money, you were having good life, and you turn out to be in such a place.
Yeah.
How did you reach that decision?
Okay, we can go. So when I got myself involved in the last election in 2021, just bear us with the sound. We shall edit that. I was saying, when I got involved in the election, the last election, I realized that I was popular, like online.
Okay, yes, I know. Big audience.
Yes. Yeah. But then at the same time, however much I came home, I came for a few months. So in those few months that I came, I wasn't that popular on the ground.
Okay.
And the elections as the National Unity Platform, it urged us, it went on the ground to realize which person was popular on the ground. So I had to make a decision of whether to stay in the UK or come back on the ground and be in people. So that's why I went back to my to those people that were to vote me, and then I got on the ground. And that's where I am at the moment.
So what's the location of this place?
The location of this place, if you check on the Google Maps, guys, by by the way, it's raining, so me and Demmy were trying to hide away from the rain.
Yeah.
So this place is located in the district of Kampala, East Africa. That's the main city, but it's one of the divisions of Kampala. It's called Lubaga Division, the sub-county, and the county is still Lubaga Division, and the parish is Moton.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
You talk about Ghetto, there is only one person, the president of Ghetto.
Yeah, so Mr. President, Mr. Bobby Wine.
That one we have to talk about.
Of course, definitely.
I'm sure you must be following him for him to stand in a place of Ghetto.
Yeah, I think the president's life has been a reflection to very many youths and many of us. And like you say, the transformation of saying coming from the UK, then you find me in such a place. I had to be looking out from someone, and that very person was the president, because however much educated he was, however much
educated as well.
Yes, however much popular he was, he still never went away from the ghetto, and it's the ghetto that made him. It's the ghetto that made him or what he is today. So I had to look up to his life. I look up to him for a lot of things, and he knows that. And very many people should know that if you want to be with the people, you have to live like them. Look at the way I'm dressed. Look at the way I am. You might not ever think that I'm someone that can probably travel or been to 71 countries, by the way, or have some of these degrees, and then the masters, and then the professions, and then the popularity, and a few monies, of course, a few pounds. Yeah, but this describes.
Now you are living in the real life of Ghetto. So
Yes.
if we can go ahead, can you tell us about the legacy? Because now you model yourself to Bobby Wine. He has inspired you from Ghetto. He's making up, but he's never forgotten Ghetto.
Yeah.
So, what is his legacy as for now? You know, legacy. What is his legacy?
I think is that I've been following Bobby Wine, Mr. Robert Chagwen, since I'm our president for very, very many years.
Yeah.
And the legacy for me, yes, the legacy for me is bigger than just a mere being a politician.
Okay.
Rather than speaking about something and then living it and then portraying it even when you have money, even when you
These
don't
are
have
the trains now.
Yes, so
We are walking by the trains, we are jumping the train. But people, what is surprising me, they are living life is normal to them. So, as a person about social policy, it's not acceptable. So the government hasn't really done anything. Yeah, carry on with this legacy.
so like I was saying, if we can come this way, you can come right behind me. Like I was saying, having a legacy is one thing and living it is another. And reflection and not changing from who you were, even when you... Actually, I'll tell you what I think. In the beginning, I thought Bobby was only about politicking, rather than being him real self.
That's very, that's very popular.
Yeah,
People, they say that,
So most of the politicians that I've met around in the world, they've actually changed from who they are when they get money, But what I like about Bobby Wine or Mr. Robert Changulanyi, actually, guys, we were passing there. Actually, what I like about him is even with all this popularity and then all this power
from here. So these are houses people where they sleep.
Yeah, so people sleep in all these houses.
And how far is this place from Kampala to here? Kampala capital city.
It's like 15 to 20 minutes drive.
Jesus. That's about 5 kilometers, 5 miles.
6 kilometers.
But houses are like this, and people, if they sleep there, they have children, we have a baby going there, they have they live normal life.
I will take you to some. Actually, if you could look just right behind.
Yeah, let's go there.
Yes, like I was saying, he has lived a populous life.
Okay.
He's lived a luxurious life.
And the people they are now jealous of him. But he's made it from ghetto.
Yeah, but still, even with all those privileges and everything, he's still humble.
Yeah.
He still talks about the social justices of the things that he used to sing about.
Good.
For example, when we talk about Bobby Wine.
So these are the toilets?
Yeah, so these are the kind of toilets people live in, use here.
So how many people uses these toilets?
You could find thousands because this kind of ghetto has over 3,000 people.
Do they pay?
They don't, but then, for example, you see that is a house where someone sleeps.
That's a house?
Yes, so someone sleeps in that house.
There is a drain?
Yes, and
there is a toilet, there is a drain behind the house, and they have kids?
Yeah, but they stay there. They're actually there right now.
And that's a bathroom, a ready door.
Yeah.
Oh, amazing. Amazing.
So like I was saying, the social justices that the issues that he used to raise when he was still singing a lot, he stood to those reasons up to date. So I realized that even when you travel around the world and then become as popular and more educated, it starts from home. It starts from somewhere. You have to be somebody like. You have to have a heritage. You have to describe. I can never love England more than I love my country, Uganda.
Exactly.
Yes, I can never love, and nobody is going to help me build my own home. You know what I mean? So if you see, these are homes, and this guy has a style. Yeah.
The cow.
Yeah, and in the ghetto though.
But it's next to houses.
Yes, yeah, of course.
So, you've talked about Bobby Wine, he's been singing about this. Can you tell us about his prophecy? Because all his songs, they are like of today.
For
social
example,
issues. But he wasn't a politician by then. So what do you call it?
I think one thing that artists didn't realize that they were prophets. They talk about stuff and stuff happens. So for the generation today, for example, we are facing a lot of economic crises around the world, but Uganda is in shambles. Everything happens and nobody cares. Whenever the president comes, you think he's going to talk about something to do to help people down the road, but he does nothing. So Bob Wine sang about all these things. He sang about Jennifer, Tugambire ku Jennifer, where he was calling on the authorities of KCCA to be lenient with the hawkers in the capital city. And
sorry to interrupt. He wasn't a politician, so that really shows like a person who understands issues affecting daily lives of the lay person, a ghetto person.
That is why I came on the ground right now. So on the ground now,
are you enjoying?
I wouldn't say that I'm enjoying, but then I find it. I've lived another life of myself that I didn't realize I could live. I know.
You normalize because I'm looking at you.
It's kind of difficult. It's kind of difficult, but I try to take care of myself as you found me. I use my interpersonal skills, to be quite honest, and then other skills. Obviously, it's very hard. Sometimes you live without food.
Hello.
Sometimes you live without eating, but then this is the life these people. It's fine.
Yeah. You can turn the camera to the.
Oh, you want to be taken up in the camera? Yeah. So those are the kids here. Yeah. So I was saying that you get to learn with it every single day, every single time. So for me, I decided to normalize it. Live like them. Eat food of 1,000. Eat when there's a drainage like that passing.
I can see people eating
normally
in front of a drain.
Yeah.
And it's normal.
Yeah. So we can keep on moving. So yeah, like I said, for me, I normalized this. It became easy for me, and now I live it. It doesn't mean that if I get to England, I'll get sick or something.
So at least when you become MP, this is gonna create problems, or you have to create history so that you have a good legacy. How are you gonna deal with these drains if you can show the drains?
Yes, I think they are. Yes, I will take it. Be careful you don't fall. Yeah, I think people need to. We need to realize that the work of the member of parliament is actually not doing drains.
Okay.
This is where people go wrong.
Okay.
People tend to think a member of parliament is going to do everything. It's going to educate their children. It's going to do their roads. It's going to do these drains. But the thing is, it comes from top. What happens is, if you're a member of parliament, probably expect from you what's the work of a member of parliament. First of all, the work of a member of parliament is to legislate, to make the laws.
I understand.
Number 2 is to appropriate.
Yeah.
Number 3 is to represent the country within Uganda and outside the country. Number 4 is to lobby. The work of the drainage is the work of the government, but through the local council systems, which is the local government.
That's right. That's all right, MP South. But then Bobby Wine said, he has gone to the parliament. If parliament doesn't come to the ghetto, it's going to come to the ghetto.
Yes.
Doesn't that take away those four roles and responsibility of the MP? Because these are deprived areas, starved for a long time, abandoned, they are on their own.
Yeah. So, like I said, if we had a better leadership, this is Kampala City, like 20 minutes, 15 minutes from town on a good drive. If you could find such a place deprived and it's in the capital city center here, excuse me, how about somewhere far? Let me say Choteda or somewhere that means people are actually worse and worse than we are, and we also living a deprived life in a city center like this.
So finish up. We've got about 6 points. Finish up with the legacy of the legacy plus Professor Bobby Wine.
Bobby Wine prophesied about.
You are passionate to talk about that as his inspiration.
Yes, Bobby Wine talked about everything that we are facing today, about the economy, about the economical injustices, about the tribalism, about the imbalance in resources.
I'm sorry to interject.
Yeah.
My favorite song for Bobby Wine is Ghetto.
Yes, okay.
When the Queen was coming, Shogun.
Temututwalanga kikulu. Naye twabawo obululu ne mutulaga omululu. So this is a description of that this very song. So that's the same thing. So when people come to ask for the elections,
yes, finish up with a legacy.
So his legacy has been straight on. So if we could look that way, probably the camera is much better. The legacy has been okay. So the legacy has been straight on. It's self-explanatory because whatever that we're going through about the economy, the taxes, the arrests, the markets, everything has been talked about. So, Bobby, definitely tetumubanja nga bana Uganda buli kimu kye tuyitamu yakitugamba dda. No, listen. Do you know sometimes there's kind of people that say Bobby Wine yalya, Bobby Wine takoze ki, you know. Yeah, so I take them as propagandists. I think they were paid. Yes, I think they were paid
to always find something
to talk about. Actually, this is nice. Okay. Yeah. So oyonze simina nnyo mu budde bwa mwogera naye. So, moving to the next topic.
Yeah, to the next topic now is about leadership and succession. Uganda has had a president since 1986. He promised to be there for 4 years. 4 years. After 4 years, he requested for 5 more years. After 5 years, then he requested to have term limits lifted, and then 2017, 2018, then he took away the age limit. So I haven't seen, you are too young, I'm older than you.
Yeah.
I've never seen any president, I've seen a few. And then the generation, so we should have a change of government. As a rule of law, we should
I think I agree with you, but I'm going to differ from you at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah? Why? I don't think we still need to talk about President Museveni anymore.
No.
In Ugandan politics at the moment.
Because it's going to disappear.
No, not like that. I don't want people to get me wrong, but
no,
I'm saying
it's actual that very soon he's gonna have to go.
Yeah. But what I literally am saying is, I think time has come where we need to realize that Uganda, the shifts of politics is changing. How? It's not all about Museveni anymore. It's about who comes after Museveni. That's where Bobby Wine comes in. You know? That's what. Yeah.
Yes.
So, for me to talk about leadership, literally, I'm talking about succession of politics in Uganda, because the mindset of those in power, they think it's their entitlement to have someone who comes back into power by from their wrong. Why talk about succession? I think as NRM and 7, the president, they have failed on succession. Because I think they can find, but then they have failed to create one for the past 36 years.
Upcoming constitutional change.
Yeah.
The majority, like UK, where you have been, they will have a chance to choose the president.
Yeah, but like I said, what I can talk about legacy and what I can talk about succession in Uganda, politics has to shift from Musevenism to nationalism, to leadership.
And how are we gonna do it?
It has already shifted. It's not all about Museveni anymore. I find President Museveni as a liability.
Tell us a little bit of how it has shifted.
Because previously, the people that had come to politics, the likes of the other political parties, the Maos, and other people, it is Museveni's creation. Today, yeah, I wouldn't say projects, but I'm saying it's Museveni's creation. And as but for now, I think we have someone that is being described as one of the ghetto. So it's much more different than the way it was. And the way people are viewing it, for example, I'll give an example of the by-elections that have happened, those by-elections that have been
Last night.
yeah, like last night. I didn't get surprised about me. I expected it.
Surprised that the margin is very little, 800, but they gave us 1600 in tomorrow.
Okay, so the reason as to why I'm saying I'm not surprised is because they have done it over and over again,
And it's getting
yes.
worse.
So I know that I, as someone who got involved in the elections, the 2021 elections, I'm sure the Ugandans do not like the government anymore. So for the government to stay in power, it has to infringe itself on the people.
Yeah.
So by way of doing that, they have to use clandestine ways of getting power. Even on the smallest, I'll give you an example of Nakwed. Remember we were with Nakwed the other time?
I saw her yesterday.
Yes.
At the party.
From Kayunga.
Yeah.
She was just a LC5 chairperson. Kayunga contesting, but the amount of money that the government had to invest to make sure they frustrate the process, the electoral process, it was frustrating. It was so mad. So when it comes to MPs, like what happened to us in Omoro and all these by-elections, because the government just did a bit of it when Godwin came in Bujiri, in Jinja, in Chadondo East, when
They
he
can
was.
no longer allow it.
They can no longer allow that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
if I'm talking about success, not until as the opposition we get other ways of unseating the government, I don't believe in election. That is so when it comes to succession, I think it's not about 7 anymore. We are seeing the shifts of the Hosi project coming out.
Look into the perspective of Bobby Wine lead and success.
I think this is what I think Ugandans spoke. Ugandans spoke in the 2020. They spoke. The way the electorate speaks is through a democratic process, which is elections. So Ugandans gave us the mantle to lead the nation for the next coming 20 to 40 years. Yeah, okay. So Ugandans spoke and they chose their president. Their president was Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu, and those in power, they said, no way, let us gerrymander the process, let us take the election by force. So that alone is a description of where Uganda is going already. We've seen this before happening in the 80s. We ask ourselves questions as to why Museveni went to war. It was because an election was gerrymandered. A lot of things were done in the previous election, right? So this, for me, is going to shape the next election. It set the precedent of it set the precedence of us going back to what happened in the past, because, like it or not, a lot of things happened in the past, because the future, or now where we are, can be described by the history we've had as a nation, or as a tribe, or as the people that live in the same demographics. So I think President Museveni has done himself a disservice by describing the future. By saying securing the future, people thought it's a very small word, but for some of us that look into the mirror and through the walls, I think you read between the lines. Yes, I was reading through the lines, and he was setting of what we should expect in the future. So the next election is not going to be so much different from what we saw in 2021. Yeah.
Anyway, so what about, can you tell us something to do with the economy and taxation? Because at the moment, Uganda has got economic crisis. Second is Uganda is the third poorest country. On Wednesday, Igbos come up with the statistics that 17 people,
17 million
people, they live in poverty in Uganda. Can you tell us, and the skyrocket of prices, just give me your view, your opinion. No, I'm not directing you. Tell us about how you see Matia Kasaja. Should he resign?
I think I'll be honest with you. Some of us are targeting the wrong people. Matia Kasaija, he's just a puppet that is being used by those that sit in the bigger seats. However much he's a minister of finance, the reality of the thing is Uganda has gone shambles. The economy has been deteriorated to the most. For example, even if I give you $1 billion today, which is 200,000 pounds, within the next 3 months, according to the way things are going, you won't even have 500 million, because people don't have money. The economy is so down. The prices of fuel are so emerging so quickly. And what you should do, the president would be like, okay, we are going to speak to our partners and see how we help the people of Uganda to lower the prices of fuel. But the prices of fuel are so high to an extent that even the president.
If we are in Ghetto, we should talk about commando.
Yes.
The price of flour in Kenya. Sorry to interject.
Yeah.
In Kenya, the president reduced the taxes on those flours because he knows now people they are eating more flour products.
I'm going to talk about fuel because fuel determines the prices of everything in the country. For example, to a country like Uganda that is landlocked and everything is, most of the things, 90% of the things that come in the country are brought in by road. So you expect the prices to be affected by the common denominator, which happens to be fuel. So with the increasing prices of fuel, with the increasing prices of fuel and no hope of changing the prices of fuel, I don't expect anything to change in Uganda, rather than things to go even worse. So I'm only asking Ugandans who are out there to be ready. Bobby Wine said to you, Moja kujiwulira.
Yeah, bajja kujiwulira ate bakiwulira.
Bajja kiwulira. People, some of us are living here. Era bw'oba olina omuntu bw'ali e Bulaaya nga you're trying to send them money, you think you've sent them money, but none, you send it as Jacob in Uganda. Kubanga osobola okukwata emitwalo 5 gatabako gagula. So I just pray, I don't know what Uganda.
Then taxation, any tax rebate?
But there's been a lot. There's been a lot of because Ugandans, most especially, depend on importation of goods from countries like China, Japan, India, and all these, Dubai, and all these countries, UK. There's been a lot of taxation on imports. Almost they've raised 100% of the taxes. And the thing is, now they brought a new taxation system whereby whatever that you bring in the country is weighed, and your taxes are going to be based on the amount of weight, not actually on the amount of what you purchased it for.
So that
I'm going to repeat that again.
Tin is not standard.
No, the taxation has been changed to an extent that now people are being charged on the amount of weight of what they brought as compared to the amount of whatever they have bought according to the taxes of the country. So people find it that every commodity that they've been bringing into the country has to be added on more taxes for them to be able to survive in the market. That means they have to charge more money onto the commodities to the customers.
And we are not manufacturing
anything
ourselves.
Yes, most of the products we use, apart from food, they come from outside the country.
So for me as a policy maker, I'll come up with a policy which is like a substitute for importation.
Yeah, which should be in the industrialization of the country. For example, the government brought a bogus policy called Buy Uganda, Build Uganda, BUBU, saying, oh, this is an alternative or whatever, like local producers and stuff like that. But you find them frustrating the people that are trying to produce the little things in the country, like soap, things like food products, things like fertilizers, things like water. For you to get a license to produce water, drinking water in Uganda, it's very difficult, because if you say you brought boo-boo, that means you should have eased things up with the Uganda National Bureau of Standards. For people here, you should have lowered the taxes on the products that are made in Uganda, which makes it easy for the law.
Easy to working the roads, they are ahead of Chinese. So that
wouldn't be so much a problem, but if you say you're giving nuts with one hand and then you're taking away with 4 hands, that means you're robbing the people of the country. And when it comes to taxation, this is one thing that I want to tell the people of Uganda. The government has been cheating itself. Those in government actually have been cheating themselves for years. How? They have a section of people that work for them in the government, but in terms of trade, in the names of being investors, they have, for example, a chunk of 20 trillion on the other side.
Investors, they don't pay taxes.
No, they would be investors, but the money belongs to those in government. And then people like me, like Pineti, the Studios,
without money,
and all these other Indians, all these other people, Chinese.
But then you got ideas as somebody exposed in the UK. You must have ideas what you can do for us.
Okay, let me bring this out. For example, these Pinetis and all these other people, they have a 20 trillion on the other side. This money is non-taxed. These people bring in products from China, India, wherever, Singapore, on a daily. Or whenever their stuff gets on the border, they say "Eyo Mariamze." They get 5 years tax holiday. But then me and you and these other Ugandans, the poor Ugandans, we have 2 trillion that we trade with. And the government expects to get the taxes from the 2 trillion to sustain an economy of 22 trillion. They've done this for 35 years.
Not feasible.
And it's not feasible at all. So they get to a point whereby they don't have the taxes in their chambers, and they think they can run the economy by cheating themselves. So now the country has no money and they want to print more money in Uganda, thinking by printing more money in Uganda the economy is going to be high. Rather, it's going to go down against the dollar. So some of us were like, oh, you keep on spoiling your thing. go down with you, and by the time Ugandans wake up to make sure they get up their boots up, we shall be ready to hold the responsibilities and take our country to the next generation and put it to a level of countries like the United Arab Emirates. It was worse than Uganda in 86, but now they're like New York. Yeah, so that's what I need to talk about the economy.
Okay, so there is a sticking point you want to talk about.
Yeah.
Not my topic. Okay, MP South would like to talk about. What do you think about Kabaka of Uganda? We've got so many kingdoms, but Uganda has got an upper hand because it makes up 40% of Uganda population.
Yeah.
And the kingdom is well constructed.
Yeah.
The king is not well. We don't know what exactly. So I'll leave it to you. Tell us about our Kabaka.
My description of Kabaka and the situation that is happening is very disheartening. Our king, Ssaabasajja Kabaka wa Buganda, is unwell. That is not a point of discontention anymore or of discussion. The truth is not well. I side with every person that tries to address the issues of the King of Uganda, who is our Kabaka, about their concerns of his health and everything that he's going through. But then there is something that I think Mengo administration has failed on itself. How? Some of us grew up from organizations of the kingdom like the Kobazambogo, where we were taught on how things of the kingdom are done, the hierarchy in the kingdom, the monarchism, the protocol, the language, the norms, the culture, the heritage, the heritage. So the problem today is something is happening about the Kabaka. That is sure. Era kutusinze nnyo Ssaabasajja Kabaka. But then the problem is, yes, abali emengo tebaasomesa baana ba Buganda oba bannayuganda of how things work, because things in monarchies, they don't work like on the president. For example, President Museveni or President Bobi Wine, Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu, are in a private life. We are entitled to know about that private life. Naye for Kabaka, chili different. Blaming Buganda administration. Why? Because they didn't do civic education enough to these young people who are rowdy now, asking about their king, on how things work administratively and outside and norms. For example, if something happened to the Queen of England, nobody would know until the monarchical policy makers have decided for that to get out. So
we saw that very well when the husband of the Queen was not well. They were updating the country every like updating whatever.
Let me give them an example.
So the country was well prepared.
Yes. Let me give them an example. Meghan and Harry. They are Duchess of Sussex. There is a team that is good, the PR team, the public relations team that does everything about them. The same applies to Kate and William. The same applies to the Queen and other royals. The same applies to the Kabaka of Uganda himself. Because I don't think any one of us knows more about the Kabaka than Mama Najinda.
Thank you. Thank you. You are getting...
Mama Najinda knows everything, but because she was trained what royalty is, there's things she can't tell you, my dear friends. So some of us, we don't talk about the issues of the Kabaka.
But she can care for the husband.
She cares for the husband because she's the mother of the nation. Kabaka wa Buganda ye taata waffe. Mama Najinda ye maama waffe. Bw'olaba nga maama tayasizza byama bya mu kisenge, abeera n'ensonga lwaki takoze eki, tabyasizza. Kuba buno obwakabaka buno si nnyumba yammwe nti ogenda kuva eri wakwanya omulenzi ajje ojje akubulire buli kimu kyokola kyoyagala. Kabaka ono ayina ennono, ayina obulombolombo, ayina emizizo. Waliwo ebintu ebimu ebibeerawo nga tebisobola kwogerwa, nga yesi bimanyikiddwa naye nga tebisobola kukola ki, kwogerwa. Kyova olaba oluusi mugenda kunenya owekitiibwa Katikkiro wa Buganda naye ayina ensobi, era sigenda kumwolereza. Katikkiro nawe olina ensobi zo, owekitiibwa Hospital Mayiga. Ffe ng'abaana ba Buganda tulina ebibuuzo.
Webeera ku Demmy Kizza, he's going to...
Yes. Ffe abaana ba Buganda, abazzukulu ba Buganda, abaana ba Ssaabasajja, abaana bo kuba gwe Kabaka waffe ow'ebweru. Tulina ebibuuzo bingi naye ansa ntono. So oluusi bwe tunyiga ne tukwano biitingamu katono kubaga g'oli mukopi munnaffe wadde olukota eddamula. Tetuyina ngeri gye tuyinza tetusobola kukuyisa maaso na lugaayu mu Ssaabasajja. Tugenda kugamba gwe atuuse eddoboozi eryewaani ewa Ssaabasajja ate nga gwe gwakuta obuyinza mu ki obwakabaka, administration y'obwakabaka. Kati bwe tuba twogera ne tukubamu side left right and center, totunyigira nnyo kubaga gwe kabaka gwe yatukola ki, gwe yatulaga. It's you that we have, yes, your Kabaka's voice, your Kabaka's mouthpiece, your Kabaka's administration, you're the Prime Minister of Uganda. of course. So we come to you in the spirit of you being one of us that became dignified. Kubanga yeddamula wali mukopi nganze n'ogenda ate n'ofuuka Kamalabyonna waaki wa Buganda. So muzeyi,
the issue of in connection with
yes, I'm sure tukkiriza ffenna nti Kabaka tali bulungi era tusaba Kabaka ajjanjabwe. Bw'abanga ekirwadde ekiruma Kabaka tekisobola kujjanjabwa balitugamba mu byafaayo nti Kabaka yafuna obulwadde bwe buti. Naye temuforcinga nnyo private life ya Kabaka kuvaayo kubanga ate ayina wayina okukola ki okukoma. Ate era nammwe abasaba ennyo okuba nti mumanya kubikwata ku Kabaka. You don't have that moral authority because si mwana wammwe, just oli mukulembeze Katonda. I am sure nenda baddamu maama Najjinda yasinga okwagala tabaawe okusinga nze ate nga ye Kabaka waffe. Era nsuubira abaana nga Basanga Lyambogo, abaana nga Omumbejja Nassolo, abaana nga Jjunju baagala taata waabwe okusinga ffe abantu baki ba bulijjo. So abantu abali eyo, yes, baganda bange bangi nnyo muvuddeyo, amazima Kabaka alina okujjanjabwa waba tajjanjabiddwa. Naye at the same time Kabaka alina family ye emwagala, immediate personal family than most of us who become extended, not even next to it, because he's the custodian of our origin and our tribe. So the administration etwala Mengo oba Buganda as a kingdom n'Obwakabaka, kubanga Kabaka kimu n'Obwakabaka kirala ne Mengo kirala n'Obutaka kirala. So ebintu ebyo byonna bwe biba byegasse ng'era kulibwa akwota eddamula ne bamaama Najjinda nga bakyaliwo n'abakulembeze mu Buganda bonna nga bakyaliwo, abataka bonna, abalangira, abambejja. I'm sure Kabaka is in the greatest hands. Era my appeal is badde nsaba ekitiibwa Charles Peter Mayiga tonyigira nnyo baana baffe nga Balumbuye n'abaana balala abakuba. Tebakuba nti okuba tebakwagala. Gwe kennyini ogamba tusoosowaze ensonga za Buganda n'olulimi n'ennono n'obulombolombo. Abaganda bagamba ensuubira ekwagala yeekugwa kuki kuggwa. Tukugambako olw'okuba tukwagala kubanga yeggwe ow'omulembe omuki omutebi. Oli baakutuwa omulembe mu Kabaka n'agutuwa ng'abavubuka. We use that platform freedom of speech without being threatened by anything that we're addressing Now probably change about to gambeko yengeri gye tukwadressingamu totukuba ng'otugaana kwogerako naye tukube ng'otusomesa engeri y'okwadresi.
Yes, they've gone. Yes. We got to interact. We have.
Yes.
That shaping.
Yes. So I'm asking Owechitibwa.
Engaging. People they will listen up their anger, their anxiety as well.
So Owechitibwa Hospital Mayiga taata Owechitibwa bikiba byebingi amanya nze Yiga Samujo muzukulu wa Sali Munindwa n'ategulira ku CCM Kaboga agalamidde ebusiro kitala Wakiso Ntebe nga ndi mutabani w'omugenzi Luwemba Simon era naye agalamidde Kaboga agalamidde ebusiro kitala Ntebe musaza lya Kabaka erya Busiro mu Buganda era nga ndi mwana muzukulu wa Buganda abangi gwe bamanyi nga Yiga Samojo oba MP Lubaga South nga nesimbawo mu saza lya Ssaabasajja Kabaka erye Butiru mu Manafa district nga era mpangalira ku Mutala London mu kibuga kye bayita Stratford mu East London mu kibuga Bungereza mu ggwanga lya Bungereza. Tata nsaba nga Buganda nga bavubuka oteekewo platform oba omuwaatwa ogusobola okubeera nga preview oba platform abaana gye basobola okukozesa.
Information Minister. Help and support. It plays a significant role. Without people running to somewhere, you are going to get mixture.
Yeah, I think
on social media, and everybody will come and speak wherever they want to speak. You can't stop them. Yeah.
Nendo's a new page cause. No for church being suppressing abantu their voices.
We need a department specifically. Whether UK with the department, it plays an important role.
Yeah, I think we need time to grow with that. And I by your recommendation, and I pray that I will help you. And I pray that as the National Unity Platform, they put this into consideration. Anyway,
well, and so now for me personally, I wanna look into your eyes. You wanna be the MP South Lubaga. Are you willing to change everything I'm seeing like now?
Like I said, I'm already on the process of changing it.
Yeah.
It starts with the mindset. Then it goes to you as a person. Can you live it and know what it means to live in such a kind of a place? So when you put that in your brain and be able to take it in and live it, that's the change. That's where the change starts. Bobby Wine once said, nti bw'oba tosobola kudduka wakiri ng'otambula bw'oba tosobola kutambula wakiri ng'oweekulula otasobola n'agamba tewali ddembe lye bagenda kuleeta waka ku soosi yo gwekwata paati yo gwekangula voice yo. What he meant that as a Uganda and as a national, you need to do whatever you have to do in your power to make sure you do whatever it takes to change that you don't need the way it is. That is what I'm doing.
Second question.
Yes.
Given looking at the whole environment, if you want to transform this place and develop, are you prepared to annoy people like Uganda? Jennifer.
I think
Jennifer tried to transform Kampala, but he made more enemies than friends. Because things like this, if people they are dumping their rubbish here, you are going to annoy them that they shouldn't dump. If people they have drains, you are going to look into that. So you are going to annoy a lot of people. Are you prepared for that?
I think the preparation starts from education. Educate the people, the purposes of what you're doing.
Okay.
Civic education. Teach them on how, for example, you're talking about luggage or baggage. If you look at this rubbish, there are systems that can be put in place where people can have an organized system of collecting rubbish rather than just dumping it. That means it starts from the administration of itself, of how people live on it on a day-to-day life. So for me, I wouldn't think that I'll create more enemies, but I would do more of the civic education and then try to implement those things by teaching people first of exactly what should be done rather than just moving them away.
Okay. Yes. From my observation here, I've noted, forget about the whole environment, the trains and what I've noted about is noise pollution. What you gonna do with that? It's quite big.
The noise pollution.
Now we are speaking. We have to speak on top of our voice, and maybe the producer we have to raise up our voice.
Yeah, what I want to say about that is the voices are determined by the nature of exactly.
And there is a big speaker. I think it's here. It's there. Yeah. It's there.
It's being determined by the nature of the jobs that are being done here. So if the communities are changed to the level where they want to be, this kind of pollution won't be there. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, so everything here is being set up on the kind of lives that people live here and the type of things they need to live here. So if this place was well built and well organized, you wouldn't find such kind of noise pollution.
Have we got some people we can speak to? They can tell us the life in the ghetto, because it looks normal. People, they are happy. They are getting on with their lives. Personally, I'm a little bit. I'm used. I'm happy. Well, but having you alongside is like.
So that's the. What's Jango Molongo? Jango. So you want someone to talk about this life? Molongo. Osobola okujjako mu kamera yange. Jango eno maaso gange. Ekale jango. Kakati osobola okwogerako nnyo. Soko tubulire kumanya watu fayo. Manya gange. Amita Kato Ali. Kato Ali wano woli bayitawo watya. Bayitawo leero. Stars. Okola mulimu ki? Nze. Musuuzi wa matooke era musuuzi wa weedi kadde. Obeerawo otya mu kifo kino nga kya ghetto nnyo. Kya ghetto nnyo. Era be tuli ba ghetto. Kubanga era mu kifo kya ghetto era obeera wa ghetto. Okubeera mu ghetto oyinza kyogerawo otya omuntu atamanyi ghetto kye kitegeeza. Ale kigambo ghetto kyava mu Jamaica. Lero okuba nti ghetto eba kukinyonya mu lufutufutu bakiyita slum areas.
mubeera abantu ab'ebika ebyenjawulo nga beeyiya mu ngeri emu oba endala. Era ghetto mwe muli abantu abeewansi
abasemberayo
ddala abeeyiya nga bakola mmere ya leero.
kikyotegeeza emmere ya leero
kubanga leero bw'ofuna ekyenkya leero oba osaba Mukama Katonda, ofuna ekyemisana, bw'ofuna ekyemisana osaba Katonda kweki
kitegeeza buli lunaku lwokeera oba tomanyi kyogenda kulya.
naye ate Museveni yabagamba nti ye musajja wa ghetto.
tabangako omusajja wa ghetto.
lwaki oyogera bwotyo?
ekyo kyo nkyogera nga ne mu maliivu singa ali musajja wa ghetto embonaabona gye tubonaabonamu nga ye kubanga kyensuubira entebe gy'abeera tebangako ghetto kubanga ensonga nti bagamba nti entebe eyo era bebanoonya ebifo ebisinga okunyirira mu Uganda yaffe entebe wewali essaayi kyenyonyi tekibeera mu ghetto webali amaka g'obwa pulezidenti gubeera mu ghetto era Museveni tabangako.
muntu ki gw'omanyi owa ghetto gw'ogamba nti nga mukulembeze nti oyo waffe wa mu ghetto?
waffe wa mu ghetto essaawa zino nandibadde ngamba nti His Excellency Kyagulanyi Robert Sentamu tuma abangi gwamanyi nga Bobi Wine yava mu ghetto. His Excellency Robert Kyagulanyi Sentamu abangi gwamanyi nga Bobi Wine
yakyogere nga muli babiri wali mu kamera. ogambye owa ghetto yani?
His Excellency Robert Sentamu Kyagulanyi gwamanyi nga Bobi Wine
ye wa ghetto.
era yasobola okutunoonya ekigambo ghetto era yasobola okukima nti ghetto era omuntu asobola okumanya nti aba ghetto babonaabona. Tugiramu essuubi era nti kyemanyi nze ne mugumu ate gwe twakakule tumanyi nti yali n'awangula naffe tukimanyi nti yali n'awangula era nga bamanyi nti bebalina obuyinza bebalina abasirikale bebalina emundu bebalina ki naye nze ne mugumu luli boolo era pulezidenti waffe n'afuga ku ntebe kubanga tukimanyi omuntu w'abantu gwe baalonda gwe tumanyi.
tweyanziza nnyo
ekyo kyo nkimanyi ajja kuba pulezidenti era nesinakujja ala pulezidenti waffe kubanga nze lwombuuza who's your president automatically mba nakava mu tulo. His Excellency Robert Kyagulanyi Sentamu nga Bobi Wine gwomanyi nga Bobi Wine ne pulezidenti waffe
Muganda wa
Kabaka.
tweyanziza nnyo muganda.
Tuboneddemu nnyo Ali.
Amina.
Kale ssebo tweyanziza.